So last time I shared about how you can deal with and confront your internal giants, the giants that are inside you that prevent you from moving forward with your life, living your best life, being all you were created for, and accomplishing the dreams that you have inside of you. I want to continue by speaking on dealing and confronting your external giants. These are the giants that are outside of you. And the first one is toxic environment. What is a toxic environment? Now, a toxic environment is a place that contradicts your values and hinders your personal growth or progress. It could be your home, your place of work, or even your local church. In a toxic environment, you will have one of these feelings. You will feel belittled, manipulated, taken for granted, caged in and unable to express yourself. It is impossible to live your dream whilst in a toxic environment. You may feel surrounded by toxic people, people who emit negativity, okay? There may not be obvious signs. Sometimes there may not be obvious signs that you're in a toxic environment, but something inside of you, your spirit just says, I'm in the wrong place. I need to leave this place. You know, in Genesis 12:1, God said to Abraham, he says, get out. Go out from this country, to the place where I will show you, and I will make you a great nation. I will bless you. I will make your name great, and you will be a blessing. Abraham had to get out from that place before he could begin to live and be who God created him to be. So sometimes you may need to leave a particular environment if you are to become all you were created for, if you are to express your true authenticity and the core essence of who you are. You may need to step aside or step away from certain environments. Now, another one is lack of resources. As you attempt to live the life you were created for, as you attempt to build your dreams, as you attempt to create significance, you would need certain resources. You will need funds. You will need certain things. And sometimes lack of fund can be a great obstacle, a great giant that can prevent you. Sometimes you will need to possess talents. You will need certain skills. You will need certain knowledge. And you may need funds to acquire all of this. You will need people to support you. No dream can be lived in isolation. Life was not meant to be lived in isolation. We're meant to live in a community. We're meant to be part of people as we live our lives. So lack of funds can be a major issue when it comes to actualizing your dreams. But guess what? It does not have to stop you. Why? You can start from where you are. You can start with what you have. And you always have something, no matter how little. The problem is that a lot of times we despise what we have. We always have something. Zechariah was saying, who has despised the day of small beginnings? A lot of people approach me for funds here and there. Most times when I have conversations with them, I see that they don't need, sometimes you're not aware the problem is not the funds. You think the problem is the funds, but the problem is not the funds. So start from where you are. Do what you can. God rejoices in seeing the plumb line in your hands. Do not despise the day of small beginnings. Whatever God is involved in, no matter how little, it will definitely grow. Great things, listen to this. Great things emerge from tiny seeds planted in the soil. Big trees is just a tiny seed we plant in the soil, but big trees come from there. Great women and men come out from where? A tiny sperm fertilizing a tiny egg. So your steps or actions may seem small and insignificant at the time of inception, but God rejoices in what is being done according to his plan and his purpose. Not necessarily what is big. God does not necessarily rejoice in a big start, but he rejoices in what you do that is in accordance with his plan and his purpose. So be faithful at that tiny step you take each day. Begin from where you are. Do what you can and leave the results to God. Another external giant that you may accomplish is intimidating circumstances. What is an intimidating circumstance? An intimidating circumstance is a challenge that is overwhelming or beyond your control. It's intimidating, it just happens outside of your control. It could include illness. So for instance, sudden illness, terminal illness, grief, death of somebody close to you, a spouse, a breadwinning spouse, a support person, somebody who's been there for you always. Okay? A lady once shared a testimony and said she was dealing with an autoimmune disease. And she was sharing her experiences of how that particular disease was preventing her from fulfilling the purpose that God had. But she said despite the pain, she would get up and go. You know, remember in 2 Corinthians 12:9, when Paul was saying, it's thorn of flesh, pleading with God to take away the thorn of flesh. What did God say? He says, my grace is sufficient. My strength is made perfect in weakness. God's grace is always sufficient. So don't let an intimidating circumstance stop you. God's grace is always available to back you up. Another thing is the people you surround yourself with. The people, I can never say that enough. The people you surround yourself with can become external giants. They can become external giants that prevent you from making progress in your life. And next time I'll be sharing with you on different kinds of people that you will meet along your journey so that you will know which ones to avoid and which ones to keep company with. I pray for you today that nothing will stop you from becoming great. I pray for the grace of God upon your life that will help you deal with whatever you encounter as you attempt to live your life. I pray for you that this season of your life will be the best season. There will not be a better yesterday, but there will always be a better tomorrow. God bless you.